This is YouTube Joseph WM, Sci-Fi Summer, Season 1, Episode 2, the Great Oxygen Journey to Great Oxygenation Event in Snowball Earth. So now the Velecasin twins are fast forwarding over about 2 billion years in time to when Earth was still only dominated by single celled life. Can't see them, they don't have microscopes with them. And then also this is they're in suit. They have oxygen masks. You can't see them because the sky is methane. The sky has methane, no oxygen, and the oceans, even though they're starting to rust and turn green, then later orange, then first they rust the seafloor and the oceans, then eventually the atmosphere, and possibly even non-marine aquatic bodies like lakes and rivers. And so during this time, sorry, just ignore that noise. Before we continue, last time they started their journey by visiting Theia and watching the moon form and impact between Proto-Earth and Theia. Now we're in the Great Oxygenation Event. Eventually, those cyanobacteria start sucking. One's free floating as phytoplankton. Like phytoplankton today, or in the stromatolites, they start sucking in oxygen, the carbon dioxide, producing oxygen, more and more of it, and that displaces the methane and causes ice to start forming at the poles, which cools. The planet's cooled to a point where ice forms at the poles, which reflect sunlight and heat away from the sun, away from the Earth, which cools the planet even further, which forms more ice, which reflects even more sunlight, which cools the planet even further, and so on and so forth. Also, until the entire planet turns white, is frozen in Snowball Earth. We've entered the Huronian glaciation. That's right, they have. This was the biggest and worst ice age, most severe ice age in Earth's history. The entire planet was frozen from the poles to the equators for 300 million years. Some argue the planet may not have been completely frozen, might have been slushy near the equator. Either way, it was very cold. The entire planet was as cold like Antarctica is today, or even colder. It was now extremely cold, extremely dry, extremely windy, extremely icy. In real life, if you ever able to build a time machine, I know people do not go back to the Huronian glaciation or any of the snowball Earths. Just like they are, you will die from hypothermia very quickly. So if you went back to Snowball Earth, I know time travel is most likely impossible. Anyway, back to our story. So, oh god, it's freezing here. Yeah, I know it is. And it's so cold that it feels like we're in Antarctica, even though the year is 2.4 billion BCE. Now they fast forward 300 million years to when volcanoes start pumping out carbon dioxide and methane, possibly methane, definitely carbon dioxide, and they melt the ice. Volcanism pumps out volcanic activity and causes volcanoes cause carbon dioxide levels to skyrocket. I don't know about skyrocket, but it's enough to melt the ice and fall the earth. This time, the reason why the snow earth happened, part of why is the sun was dimmer. And this now they I think the supercontinent of either Queensland or Valbarta. I'm not really sure which one they're on the coast of when they see these stromatolites that are thriving, and even though they can't see it, I'm not going to show the microbes in this. There's two. There's the microscopic life is about to become the first eukaryotes are still single cells, but with internal nuclei, unlike the previous, like the prokaryotes, the bacteria and archaea that dominated the earth up at this point. Eukaryotes will soon take over. In the next episode, we'll fast forward to the Ediacaran. I hope more people will watch this. At the time I'm recording this, last time I checked, no one has watched my, there are no views on the first episode. Before I end, here's this rock that they took as a souvenir from Theia. Here's a rock they took from the Great Oxygenation event from the end of the Archean. Now they're in the early Proterozoic. And I think the Paleoproterozoic era of the Proterozoic eon. Next time they'll be in the Neoproterozoic, the last period of the eon, with the Ediacaran, the strange early primitive animals of the Ediacaran. And that's when they'll start to change things. Alright, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, bye-bye. Share this video on any platform: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Dailymotion, Reddit, Discord. You get the picture. And also, if you're one of the hundreds of people who are watching this video but aren't subscribed to my channel, please do. It would mean a lot to me. I would really appreciate it, even if you don't watch any of my videos. Or just, when you watch. Anyway, bye.